Good morning. Last time we saw a frequency response of RC coupled amplifier. Okay, so RC coupled amplifier, to increase the gain, we need to connect first stage to the another stage. Okay, so in middle that we use some component that are known as coupling components, and depends on that which component is used, there are different methods how to connect first stage to the second stage. Okay, so this is the first one is the RC coupling. So last time I showed that there is a simple connection. Okay, two stages connected between each other by using the capacitors. Okay, and this is a RC. We know that this acts as a load for this collector. So this RC is from a coupling circuit. Okay, so resistor and capacitor coupling. So sometimes it is known as capacitor coupling also. So we very well know that uses of this coupling capacitor, which block the DC and passes the AC. Whatever the AC only passes. So here the DC coming from here and coming from here is blocked, and only AC generated at the collector if passes through this capacitor, and that is connected or coupled to the next stage. Okay, so this is a simple coupling. We also saw in this multi-stage. So here also this is a RC coupling. Okay, so then the next, last time we saw the frequency response of this RC coupling. Frequency response means just you have to keep the input voltage constant. Okay, whatever the input voltage you have applied here, if you have to make constant, and just you are going to measure the output voltage for different frequencies. Okay, so you have to measure the output voltage for different frequencies keeping input voltage constant. Okay, then gain is the output voltage divided by input voltage. If you vary the frequency, the gain, that means output voltage. Input is fixed. Okay, so input is fixed, so output voltage is changes. Initially it increases, then becomes constant, and then decreases. If you observe that initially the gain is increasing, and at the higher frequencies also the gain drops. So there is a middle frequency or which the gain remains constant or near to constant. Okay, so this frequency is also valid, this is also valid, this is also valid. Okay, so then the bandwidth means what? The range of the frequency over which the amplifier has a maximum gain. This is the frequency range, and this is nothing but a bandwidth, that is f2 minus f1. Delta f is the bandwidth of this RC coupled amplifier. So this is the variation for RC coupling. So why this happens? Okay, so if we divide this total variation in three parts, so this is the first, okay, though this is second part, and this one is a third. So in first and third part, the amplitude or gain is low. Output voltage amplitude or gain is low. In the second part, okay, in the second part, this gain becomes constant, near to constant or near to maximum. Okay, why this happens? So if we observe in the first stage, as the frequency increases, the gain increases. Why this happens? Because of the coupling capacitors CC1 and CC2. Okay, so this happens because of the coupling capacitors. Why? The capacitance, the oppose, that is capacitive reactance XC. Okay, so this is oppose produced by capacitor to the AC. So we named this as XC, capacitive reactance. So X is given by 1 divided by 2 pi F into C. C is the capacitor value, capacitance, and F is the frequency that is applied. So this coupling capacitor CC1 and CC2 has high, XC is high. Okay, so this is also measured in ohm, and this is nothing but a oppose. Okay, first part is because of this coupling capacitor CC1 and CC2, because the capacitive reactance X equal to 1 upon 2 pi F into C. So C is the value of these capacitors CC1 and CC2. Okay, and F is the frequency. So this frequency is nothing but applied frequency. So as the frequency is lower, you know that if denominator factor is low, that means this is high. Okay, so this factor is high for the lower frequencies. Okay, so this factor is high for the lower frequencies. So that means the coupling capacitor CC1 and CC2 gives more oppose to the input voltage. That means though this input is AC, okay, and which is having this frequency, the capacitor gives more opposition to the input voltage, so that input voltage that is coupled to the base of transistor is low, and we get the low output voltage and low gain. Okay, so this is the gain. So if the output voltage is low, then gain is low. Okay, so as the lower frequencies, the input voltage coupled to this base of the transistor is low, because this coupling capacitor gives more oppose, and therefore initially as input voltage is low, output voltage also low, and therefore gain is also low. As we increase the frequency, the denominator factor increases. That means this oppose decreases. As this decreases, more and more input voltage is applied, and more output you will get. The gain is increases. Okay, so this gain is increases initially because of increase in frequency, that is because of this coupling capacitor CC1 and CC2. Okay, then let us consider why third part. At the third part again why it is decreasing. Okay, so for that purpose you have to consider this capacitor. Okay, so this capacitor is nothing but there are two transistor. So this transistor has a two PN junction, base to collector and base to emitter. Okay, so base to emitter and base to collector has two junction, and these are acts like a capacitor. So here is one capacitor, here is one capacitor, acts like a capacitor. Okay, because we know that in a PN junction, okay, there is a depletion layer. Okay, so this is P and N. So this N acts like a conducting plate, P acts like another conducting plate, and this layer, depletion layer, acts as a dielectric material. So therefore it acts like just like capacitor. Okay, so like this. So these capacitors are activated, that means that comes in action at the higher frequencies. Okay, so that comes in action at the higher frequencies. So these capacitors are known as inter-electrode capacitors. Okay, so these capacitors are known as inter-electrode capacitors. So these inter-electrode capacitors, base to collector, base to emitter, and also collector to emitter. Okay, so this acts like a capacitor, then this acts like a capacitor, this acts like a capacitor. Okay, so here the capacitors, inter-electrode capacitor activates, I mean that comes in action at the higher frequency. Okay, that comes in action at the higher frequency, so that whatever the voltage developed at the collector, okay, so at the capacitor passes the AC. Okay, so whatever the AC voltage created at the collector is grounded by these capacitor directly. Okay, so these are grounded by these capacitors, which generates a negative feedback also, because the emitter voltage increases. That means it generates a negative feedback. So this inter-electrode capacitor grounds. So shorts this AC, developed AC to the ground. So therefore output voltage goes on decreasing. As this collector voltage goes shorts, then output voltage decreases. So the gain also decreases at the third part. Okay. So this is the reason at the higher frequency. And the main at the second part, so these two factors, so this and this, these are cancels at this middle frequency, because at this middle frequency sufficient voltage is passes to the input of amplifier, that is base, and here these capacitors are also not in working. Okay, that means these are not active now. Okay, so these capacitors not in active, so that in the middle frequencies and the middle frequencies the gain is constant. Okay, do you get that? So at the lower frequencies the CC1 and CC2 coupling capacitor opposes the input voltages, so that because of this, as frequency is lower, this is high, so that the coupling capacitor passes a low voltage. So we see this here. Okay, so at the lower frequencies these coupling capacitors as a high oppose, so that this passes a very low voltage. So this passes very low voltage to the base of transistor, so that's why as input is low, output also low. Okay, so this is the first part. So this is because of the coupling capacitors. So third part, at the higher frequency the voltage decreases because of the inter-electrode capacitors. So that is also because of capacitors, but these are inter-electrode, means base to collector, base to emitter, and collector to emitter. These acts like a capacitors. So at the higher frequencies the developed AC voltage is grounded by these capacitors. So as this grounded, output voltage decreases. So this third part is happens, and this inter-electrode capacitor gets activates at this higher frequency. So at the middle frequency these two effects are cancels. Okay, that means this effect is not activated because sufficient input voltage passes to the base and input is high at that point, and these inter-electrode capacitors are not in working. So that's why these two factors are cancels, and maximum input is applied to the input of amplifier, and maximum output is appear at the output of the amplifier. So you will get the constant gain. Okay, so this is because of why this is happening, because of this. First part is because of coupling capacitors, second part is third part is because of the inter-electrode capacitors, and second part is because of the constant input voltage. Maximum input voltage is connected to the base, and these two factors are not in action. That means these are deactivated or cancels. Okay, so this is the frequency response. Because of this condition we get this one. Okay, and this is the bandwidth, or this is the range of frequency over which the response becomes constant. Okay, now we are going to see here the another coupling. So that is a impedance coupling. So here in this impedance coupling the resistor RC is replaced by the inductor. Why it is replaced by the inductor? Because the resistor is having something resistance. Okay, but inductor is a simple coil. You know that inductor is a simple coil, so it don't have any resistance to the DC. Okay, if you observe here, okay, so if you observe here, so there is a resistor gives opposed to AC and DC equally. Okay, AC and DC equally. So as this resistance is connected, there is a voltage drop. Okay, so there is a voltage drop across this resistor, and whatever the voltage drop across this resistor, say VRC, so this DC voltage drop is nothing but loss of DC power. Okay, so we need a such component which gives only opposed to AC, not to the DC. So if you observe the inductor, so this is the inductor, so we know that, so this has only opposed, so the inductance value is XL equal to 2 pi F into L. So this inductor, okay, having inductance value, or we can say that inductive reactance. Okay, so this is the inductive reactance, XL equal to 2 pi FL. L is the inductance of that inductor. XL is the inductive reactance. So this oppose is only for this frequency, that means AC. If frequency is 0, that means DC. So this oppose is 0 for the DC. So there is no oppose for the DC, and DC current directly flows through it. But is it only gives, as the frequency increases, this oppose increases, that means it only opposes the AC, and here develop the AC voltage. Okay, so that the main advantage for this inductor is, here we can use to avoid I square R. I is the DC current, R is the resistance at this RC. So if I square RC is the loss of the power at this circuit or at this collector circuit, then if we replace this by a resistor by this inductor, so this I square R. So R is 0 for DC. We know that if F is 0, that means DC, this XL oppose becomes 0. So this I square R, so R is 0, though I square R is 0. So this, there is no power loss at the inductor. So this is known as inductance coupling, and it is used mainly used for high frequency, that is radio frequency above 20 kilohertz frequency. This RC is used for, okay, so this RC is used for only audio video amplifier, okay, audio frequencies, AF frequencies. Here it used for the radio frequencies above 20 kilohertz. So disadvantage is the inductance size is high, it is expensive, okay, and its size is high, so therefore it is a simple another drawback. Okay, so another one is transformer coupling, and so in the transformer coupling we don't need these components RC or LC. Okay, so here we are using L and C, so there is impedance, so that's why we named as the impedance coupling. Okay, because the capacitor is having capacitive reactance, inductor is having inductive reactance, so this is combined is known as impedance. Okay, so this impedance coupling. Then next one is a transformer coupling. So here is the simple circuit, so in between that the two transformer is used. So primary is connected to the collector circuit of the first amplifier, and secondary is connected like this, okay, of the second input of the amplifier. So this is connected, so this is not connected. Okay, so here you can use jumpers like this, so it is not connected here, it is only connected at this point. Okay, so whatever the developed voltage at the collector, because it is just like an inductor, so it only gives opposed to AC, so if AC is developed here, and because of the transforming action the some voltage is developed at this point. Okay, and this is given to the input of the second stage. If you observe here, there is no connection, so primary and secondary, there is no connection between the output of this first stage and input of this second stage, so therefore there is no loading. If you connect each other, then it loads on the previous one, so there is no connection between primary and secondary, so therefore there is no loading effect, we can say that. Okay, or there is no physical connection between these, so there is no DC current flow, okay, from this stage to this stage or this stage to this stage. So this is totally isolated, there is no contact between this. So this is a primary and this one is secondary of transformer. So such type of arrangement is just used for 2-3 purpose. The first is impedance matching. Impedance, we know that maximum power transfer theorem. If this output impedance is matched with this input impedance, then maximum power is transferred from first stage to second stage. So this matching, so this primary winding impedance matches the output impedance of this first stage, and this impedance matches with the input impedance of the second stage. So that's why this impedance is matched, and according to the maximum power transfer theorem, this is matching the impedances, so maximum power is transferred from first stage to second stage. Okay, then it provides a perfect isolation between these two stages. So there is because of this perfect isolation, there is no Q point change or no DC current flows from first stage to second stage like that. Okay, so here little bit amplification can be also possible with this coupling, because if we use higher secondary, number of turns are greater than the primary, then it acts like a step up transformer. Whatever the voltage is stepped up at the secondary, because if the number of turns are more than the primary, it's just like a step up transformer. Here also step up transformer. Okay, so as there is a little bit increase in a voltage, so that's why such small amount of amplification is also possible at the coupling stage. Okay, so this is the transformer coupling. So such as using tuned amplifiers. Tuned amplifiers means what? So there is a frequency FM. Okay, 98.3 megahertz is the frequency of Radio Mirchi. So your tuning means you are only amplify the 98.3 megahertz frequency. That is the tuning. Okay, let's see the just overview of this tuning. So such type of tunings we use such couplings, transformer coupling. So here some advantages are given. Okay, so it amplifies the 550 kilohertz to 1600 kilohertz. Okay, transformer coupling provides a good impedance matching, as I discussed. Power loss at the collector is minimized, because here is also inductor. We saw this in impedance coupling, there is some power loss. So this is also avoided by this impedance coupling and this transformer coupling. So these are the some advantages. So disadvantage is the high price. Frequency response is poor. That means it gives only a gain, high gain at a particular one frequency. Frequency varies, the gain changes. Okay, the size of transformer, the noise. So because of the magnetic interference in this transformer, so it produces the noise. That means such a cracking noise at the output if it is used for the audio circuit. Okay, then this is the direct coupling. So in such a stages, in such a coupling, we don't require any amplification. We don't require any coupling components between the two stages. So this first stage and directly disconnected. So such type of coupling is used when the transistor is only for on and off condition type. Okay, the transistor is only used for on and off condition type. So these, whatever the already we have studied, RC coupling, impedance coupling, transformer coupling, these are used for the amplification purpose. Okay, so just we are going to amplify the AC signal, but here we are not going to amplify this signal. In this coupling, the transistors are worked as a only on and off type condition. Okay, so this is a simple circuit given, direct coupling amplifier. So here is the LDR, light dependent resistor. When light is fallen on this LDR, its resistance decreases, current flows through this, and the base voltage increases, the transistor will turn on. As transistor will turn on, its collector voltage decreases. You should know the first working of this NPN transistor. So we should know that, as I am writing here, as base voltage increases, okay, the transistor will turn on. Okay, as transistor will turn on, collector current increases. Okay, as collector current increases, collector voltage decreases. So this is the turn on condition. Okay, when base voltage increases, transistor will turn on, condition increases, IC increases, VC, collector voltage decreases. If base voltage decreases, transistor on condition, that means it turns off, collector current decreases and this Vc increases. So this is the action of this NPN transistor. So like that, when light is incident on the LDR, its resistance value decreases, current flows through it, base voltage increases. As base voltage increases, so here directly base voltage increases, collector voltage decreases. So as base voltage increases, collector voltage decreases. As this is coupled to the base, as this base voltage decreases, the transistor will turn off. As transistor will turn off, there is no current through the relay and it is deactivated. So the relay is a component which is electrically operated. As the current flow through the coil, there are switches. Okay, so here is the switches. These switches are operated. So this is normally open, this is normally closed. Okay, we'll see this working later on. So as current flows through this, it relay activates and the switches changes the state. So here there is no current because of this off state. So this switch is at the normal position. When LDR is in dark, there is no current. Voltage increases, it will turn on. As voltage increases, it will turn on. The collector voltage decreases. Okay, as the collector voltage decreases, it will turn off. Okay, so it will turn off and there is no current. Okay, when there is no light, it is in dark. As it is in dark, there is no current and this is low base voltage. As base voltage is low, it will turn off. As it will turn off, this collector voltage increases. So this is low, it will turn off and collector voltage increases, opposite. As this increases, this is applied to the base. So as this base voltage increases, as base voltage increases because collector voltage increases because of the off condition. Okay, as base voltage increases, okay, it will turn on, collector current flows through it and it will activate this switch, that is relay. So it is just on and off type. So just you read this, you can easily understand this. Okay, but this action is more important. Base voltage increases, it will turn on and collector voltage decreases. So this is 180-degree phase between input and output voltage. Okay, as this increases, this decreases. As this decreases, this increases. Okay, so advantage is there is a minimum components required to couple to each other. It is low cost. Okay, no coupling component. So disadvantage, it is not used for the high frequency because it is low frequency on and off type application. Okay, so there is direct coupling. So this current, DC current enter into the here, this DC current enter into the here. So that is not too much important, but there is no coupling between the two stages, no isolation between the two stages. So this current may changes the Q point of this. So that is Q point stabilize is negligible in this condition. Okay, so this is a direct coupling. Okay, so then we are going to start tomorrow this power amplifiers. Okay, so there are 4 types: class A, class B, class AB and class C. So tomorrow we are going to see that. Okay, so this is all about these coupling methods. So these are little bit important. You should know these couplings.